Hi. With the Pinewood Derby coming up tomorrow, I thought I'd give my observation and some thoughts on the Pinewood Derby and really just kind of how I feel about it. So this year for the Pinewood Derby, I'd actually taken off 2 weeks around Christmas when the kids were off for school, and my 9-year-old and I really put in a lot of work into the Pinewood Derby, building his car. More so this year, David really did a lot of work. I mean, he probably did, I would guess, maybe 80 to 90% of the work. He, with the exception of the small details and anything that was an obvious safety issue, he did it all. I know a lot of parents say that, but really he did. And I created this video to try and document that, maybe inspire some other dads to put the tools down and let your kid do the work. I know everybody says they want to do that, but it just takes a lot more time and a lot more patience and a lot more oversight from you, the parent. Some of my other observations or thoughts on the Pinewood Derby, I find that, well, last year we built a really nice car. I'll show you the cars here in a minute. But we got a lot of looks. We got, some weird remarks from some of the other parents. Like, oh, you take this so seriously. Whoa, win it to win it. Well, yeah, isn't that the whole point of doing it? To win? I mean, a derby is a race. The point of a race is to win. We're not, I don't know why else you would even bother. But anyway, what we found is, my kid spends a lot of time. David probably spent an hour trying to figure out which car he wanted to do. He spent more time trying to figure out what car he wanted to do than most of these kids spend building their entire car. They cut a wedge out or some garbage on the block and sand it for 15 minutes and then put a dollar store paint job on it. So I mean, if you think that that's helping your kid out, these parents are, the whole reason why you do the Pinewood Derby is so the kids can do it. No, I don't really see how you're helping your kid out in life or anyway by cutting out a crappy block of wood and hand it to them, say, here, have at it. By the way, put a junky paint job on it and hopefully you win. No, we take the time. I take the time with my boys to teach them how to use the tools. Be comfortable in the garage. What do the tools do? Proper safety. How do you properly paint a car? These are skills that you don't just apply to building a Pinewood Derby car, but for everything. So I'm really proud of my son. I mean, he probably put 20, 25 hours of work into this. So while other kids spent their Christmas playing on Xbox or PlayStation, David was sanding and painting and sanding and sanding. We watched videos on how to build a car, the physics behind building a good car, how to paint a car. Big thanks to my friend Pete from SWRNC on how to paint, how to use spray paint. Colorful language, but very useful. Probably nothing my boys don't hear anyway. But anyway, the point of the Pinewood Derby is to teach your kids how to do this stuff. And at the end of the whole process, I kind of interviewed David and asked him, what he thought was the hardest part, the best part, basic questions. And his favorite part was spending time with his dad. So I thought that was probably the best thing I could ask for. So that's a gold medal in my book. So here's the here are the cars that he did. So here are the cars. The car that David picked that he wanted to do was a McLaren P1. So he actually had this poster in his room, and he really wanted that car. We looked at a lot of cars, and that's what he decided to do. So this is his car right here. He painted it. The only thing I did, I did the graphite and put the wheels in for him so he didn't screw that up, because it's hard enough for an adult, let alone a 9-year-old. And I did the small details like the wing. I did the wing. And like the humps, I helped him out with the humps here. Helped him. I didn't do it. I helped him. He actually did most of it. I mean, I made him keep doing it until it was correct. If you're going to do it right. This year we also did a Hennessy Venom F5. He loved that car on the internet, and we built that together with my 14-year-old, David, who's 9, and my 5-year-old. We're going to take that car down and actually visit the real car as part of this. So to me, that's part of doing this and having fun. The black car, it was David's car from last year. He took first place with that, actually. Usually I give the kids a choice. You could either build a fast car or a nice car, and that would end up being both. This one here is kind of neat. I did that just so that Jacob could have a car to run during the Pinewood Derby last year, the 5-year-old, in the open class thing. So it was great. He had a lot of fun with it. This right here was a Lamborghini that my now 14-year-old did. He went to the districts with that and had a great time. And that's a Mustang that Joey wanted a few years ago. That was the first endeavor into building a cool car. Really neat. I mean, it worked out super cool. It was fun. And this little purple one was for last year's in the open race. I built that with spare wood parts from the other cars that we did so that my 4-year-old daughter could play and have fun. Yeah, altogether this year we bought 10 cars. So we used those cars and screwed one up and, you know, had more. And I think David must have polished probably 10 axles and did the wheel. We bought a mandrel for the wheel so he could polish those. A lot of good lessons learned. I mean, if you look at that, the craftsmanship is awesome. He did a really, really good job on that. Very proud. So now I'll show you the videos of, you know, just David doing some of the work on it. It's I didn't record or, you know, tape the whole thing. I don't think you want to see him doing 10 axles, but you can see him doing some of the work, and hopefully it'll, you know, maybe inspire you to spend some time with your kids and teach them how to do it too, rather than either buying the parts or, you know, you doing all the work. Thanks. Okay, David, what was your... We're all done with the car. Turned out really good. Nice red paint. Turned around a little bit. The wheels are canted and one wheel is lifted. It's all painted out. We have the tungsten putty down here underneath. Drilled out holes for that. Taped a 16 on the bottom so we can remember what year it was. The middle is drilled out there, or I'm sorry, cut out, that so that we could get more weight in the back. So, right, David, what was your favorite part of doing this?
Spending time with my dad.
That was the best part of the whole thing?
Mm-hmm. Learning how to use the tools and stuff.
And what was your least favorite thing?
Sanding.
I didn't even have to finish the question. How much sanding did you have to do?
A lot. It was terrible.
And you think your car is going to go fast?
Yeah.
What did you learn about making the car? What makes it go fast and what makes it go slow?
If you have all 4 wheels on the ground, then there's more friction. If you lift one wheel up, there's less friction. And if you put more weight in the back, then it will go faster.
That's right. What was your favorite tool that you got to use?
Drill press.
The drill press?
Yeah.
What did we do with the drill press? What was the biggest thing you did with the drill press?
Polish axles.
Oh, that was your favorite, polishing the axles and the wheels? Okay. And what was the thing you didn't like the most?
Sanding.
Alrighty. Are you looking forward to the Pinewood Derby race?
Yeah.
Alrighty, buddy. Do you like your car? Did that turn out awesome?
Yeah.
Cool. And you like your other car too that we worked on?
Mm-hmm.
So what car is that?
Venom F5?
Yep. So we're going to go down and we're going to get to see the real one. So, good luck, bud. Good job on the car. And did you do most of your car, or did I have to do it all like most dads do?
I got to do most of it.
Cool. Alrighty, buddy. Good job.
We went on the internet and found a car that I wanted. We're going to print it out and trace onto a block of wood to cut it out.
What kind of car is it?
A McLaren P1.
Nice, David. Oh my God. He's like so natural. Okay.
What? I took a Pinewood Derby block and a partial piece. I put wood glue on the partial piece, and then I put the partial piece on the Pinewood Derby block. Then I took drill bits and put the drill bits on top of the partial piece. To weigh down. I cut out the picture of my car, and now I'm going to trace it onto the block of wood. Now we're gonna make the tides now. I took a piece of wood, put it on the scroll saw as a guide, and now I'm gonna run the Pinewood Derby block along the scroll saw. So the sides are even. Now we have two sides for the car. Need to keep a clean workspace. Axle in the wheel to keep it still. We're going to trace around the wheel. My dad's going to cut the wheels out so I don't cut my fingers off. I like having 10 digits, not 9 or 8. Now we're going to trace the side piece of the car. We're going to start sanding now. We're going to use a block sander, palm sander, and the drill press. Now we're going to use the drill press to round out the sides. After hours of sanding, we're gonna glue the two pieces together. I really, really, really hate sanding. We glued the sides on. My dad helped me with that. For the wheels to fit, we need to make the insides bigger.
There you go, now do the other one. Be careful, remember watch your fingers.
We're using wood filler to fill in all the cracks and holes, so the paint looks really smooth. And then, next we're gonna sand.
Cleaning up the workspace.
We put an axle in the drill press, and now we're going to polish it. We're going to use a diamond needle file to take the burrs off. Now we're going to use sandpaper to make it shiny. We're gonna go through every piece of sandpaper, and they're all, the higher it goes, the higher the grip. That's one polished axle. We have 3 more to go.
You don't see that axle. Good job. Real good job. Now show the other one. Put the other one up there. Stick it on here. I'll show them side by side.
Okay.
There you go.
The wood filler is done drying. Now we can start sanding. We're gonna spray paint. We're gonna primer the car now.
One. It just came out from Halloween.
My dad helped me tape off the car, and everywhere there's blue tape, that's where those are the parts that are gonna stay black. We taped off the places that were gonna stay black on the car, and then we put 2 coats of red paint on, and then we put clear coat on it. And then we polished our wheels, and we put them in a Ziploc bag so they're slippery. We put graphite on them so they're slippery.